Welcome, everyone,
Wow.
to another pandemically erotic episode of It Crept from the 80s. Oh my God. It seems like a dragon's age since we've been giving you an actual show.
Have you done this yet?
No.
Without someone else? So this is
Well,
the
no,
first
I put up a video
Zoom episode
of me and River.
Well, yeah, but
That's
yeah.
it.
Yes, yeah.
Otherwise,
Okay.
It's been like LBP and Warlock stuff.
Well, you did put out the Weirdsies.
Yeah, the Weirdsies. Hey, folks, you can watch.
It's got a lot of views.
My
I watch it every day. I see who's watching and who's commenting.
Yeah,
which
it's cool.
Is great. I think you need to put out some more nuggets, man. Just some more sprinklings of that LBP Warlock Midnight Kids flavor.
Yeah, there's no Midnight Kids.
I know. But anyway.
So hello everyone, and here we are. It's Chris and Casey back together again.
Oh my gosh, together yet so far away.
Virtually.
Yeah.
And we're hanging in there. We haven't touched or tasted each other in 2 months.
It is pretty crazy. It's been a long time. You know, Chris and I see each other at least every other week. And now it's been a while. Yeah. So, but hey, we're here to talk about Star Wars.
We are going to talk about Star Wars.
The 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back, which most people consider the best Star Wars movie. They're wrong. And, but we'll get into that. Someone already unsubscribed.
Oh,
because of that. Actually, though, but thank you guys for all subscribing, watching the content that's getting put out. Chris has been very diligent about shooting new episodes and new updates for people. You have.
Putting new stuff out. I mean, we haven't had any episodes.
Well, here we are. We're going to do more.
We
had to test it out. We tested it out last week to see if it was actually going to work, and it does.
Yeah.
So we'll do more. We have 40th anniversary of something. I don't know, 1980. 1980s. We got the 35th anniversary
of the 80s.
It crept from this man 40 years ago. So, all right. So let's. What do you want to do? You want to get into this?
You believe in 2 more years I'm going to be 45?
In 2 more years, I'm going to be 40. So, yes, I can.
It's going to be a big anniversary year.
I know. Well, you know, you're 4 years. You're 4 years older than I am. I'll be 39 this year. So, next year, I'll be
43.
Yeah. So, but yes, 45. You don't look a day over 18. You don't feel a day over 15.
I don't know. I've been doing a lot of work outside. I feel
well, your body might feel. I recently pulled my back out picking my kid up and down. So like this week, no workouts. I seized up and it's been a week.
Well, yeah. So we do have a Family Ties episode coming.
Absolutely, we do.
And I have a haul video because Katie and I have been shopping online.
I told my wife this. She was like, I'm not making as much money because she's doing televisits. Everything's online, and it's not as much money as a normal visit. And I was like, listen, we're not going out. We're not traveling. We're not doing, we're not big spenders, but even still, like, just going out to eat and going to wherever, visiting my sister, all these other places, whatever. So we're not doing any of that stuff. I go, you're kind of making money, so you might as well spend it on some other. Might as well buy Bad Boys for Life or Mandalorian.
We got that stimulus.
Yeah.
Which was good.
I actually did get that too.
For the two of us,
Yeah. That
pay
was
some
nice.
bills. We are gonna get a new couch.
That's a long time coming. Actually,
Yeah, I know. I know. And
For
then,
the people who know the Seavage's couch.
and then we were like, let's just have some fun too. So she got a bunch of stuff, and I got a bunch of stuff, and I'm gonna do this haul video, but because everyone's so slow with the mail and everything,
Yeah.
everything is taking forever. So things are slowly coming in, and it's stacking up. So I'm gonna be doing a haul video soon, and I'm excited to show off some of this crap.
That's it,
Mostly
man.
entertainment. It's mostly just stuff that's been on my list forever.
On your master list, on
All my various lists.
all your lists, yeah, you have
I
like
didn't
5
really
lists.
get toys.
Okay.
No, just entertainment to watch during this, apocalypse.
I've pre-ordered a lot of stuff that won't come out until next year.
Well, are they hot toys or?
I got that Mandalorian. I got that Miles Morales, and then they just released that Gwen Stacy from Into the Spider-Verse, and I'm like, I really need the 2 of them. And then of course, if that Peter Parker comes out, I'm gonna need that. So
do you just do the
payment plan
increments, or
Yeah.
do you just okay?
No, I do it because it doesn't hurt as bad. But because it's a Star Wars episode, guys. May the 4th, they released a bunch of stuff on Hasbro. So there's like a carbonized Darth Vader that's coming out. There's some I know you don't care. Clone Wars stuff. There's Luke with Yoda, the Bespin or Dagobah, Luke.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
So there's some stuff. Like, here's the thing. I love all that stuff. I get really annoyed with Hasbro that they're like, we're releasing the same toy again. It's got a couple more points of articulation. It's slightly more expensive.
Well,
you gotta buy it. Yeah, the faces are better, even though Todd McFarlane's been doing it for 30 years. I also did pre-order that Spawn. That's that Kickstarter, because
that's fun.
You know why though? Because for $40, or no, not even. No, $40. I'm sorry, it's $40.
It was 40.
But because it's made so much money, it's going to keep making more money. He keeps adding so much stuff to it that it's like, okay, at first I was like, $40 is a bit much, but now he's like, you get this and this and this and this, and it's Tom McFarlane. I'm going to. There's no way I'm not going to, because, and you should too, because by the end of it, it'll make like $4 million. He's going to give you multiple heads and hands and feet and all this stuff, and I like him, and I think that you and I both like Spawn, and we've both supported Tom McFarlane since Spider-Man times. So, of all the people to do it, we should be doing it, and that's why I'm doing it.
Word.
That's it. So that's our update outside of Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, so yeah, we are gonna get to the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes. 1980. My God! But so you watched Clone Wars?
Okay, so when you guys watch this, it's done. The last episode's done. We're recording this on the 3rd. So
I thought it already come. Does it come out tomorrow?
Tomorrow's the last episode.
Oh, okay.
But everything else, these last 3 episodes have been very, very good. Some of the best Star Wars that I have watched. And it's all Ahsoka and Darth Maul. I mean, really, that's it. So if you like those 2 characters, it's amazing. If you don't, then who cares? But Bobby Heckman and I have been chatting back and forth about everything that's been happening, and on my Don't Forget a Towel, we're gonna do a whole podcast about the Clone Wars, wrapping it up. But yeah, it's been very good. If you were that time period, I mean, that's the other thing. You gotta like, you don't have to like the prequels, but you have to accept them as part of canon, whereas the Seavage does not.
I do not. If they were done better, I would, but I can't.
The Clone Wars is the best thing about the prequels, though. Really.
I don't like the aesthetic of the prequels.
I know.
The way they all look. It's a time that I don't want anything to do with. And I like Revenge of the Sith. That's the only prequel that I think is decent. It's still, whew, but he got a little better there. There's a clearer picture of what was happening in that movie.
It's in these Clone Wars episodes are dealing directly with Revenge of the Sith, which is another breath of fresh air.
I guess
I mean,
it's still sticking to that time. Like it just.
I know.
Who cares?
I didn't like Anakin in those movies until I watched the Clone Wars, and I know George Lucas has his nuts all over the Clone Wars. So I feel like for me, it's like George Lucas going, "I'm sorry that I'm a bad writer, and I'm sorry I didn't explain this clearly enough. But if you watch these 7 seasons of a TV show, I kind of explained myself a little bit more." So that's how I look at it. I get it. Not everybody's into it, but I've been enjoying it.
Did you watch that fan film from a few months ago? It was called Star Wars Origins.
I don't think so. Now I'm going to. No, I don't know. What is it?
Where it takes place in the 40s.
No.
it's really good.
What?
It's
sorry guys, I'm gonna look. Just so I can remember to do it, I'll put it in my phone.
It's like what if Star Wars was a part of our history.
Like culture?
Yeah, like it's these Indiana Jonesy archaeologists.
Okay.
Who are finding all these artifacts.
Yeah.
The lightsaber and cave drawings of the Force, the rebels and all this stuff, and it takes place in the 40s. There's Nazis. It's really, really good.
I didn't even hear of this.
And it's like, other than because there's a couple of like the lines are kind of hokey and fan servicey, but other than that, it's like, wow, what if Star Wars was part of our history? Did
you like remember that George Lucas in Love thing?
Yeah, I didn't like it. But at the end of this Origins, the woman is pregnant and the baby is George Lucas.
George Lucas, okay, all right. I'll watch.
And they tell this tale to the baby.
Yeah,
it's pretty wild. It's very cool.
That's cool.
It looks like they spent a good chunk of change on this thing. It's a very well-made fan film. And it has that Jamie Acosta guy in it.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say, is it up there with like, who's that guy, Star Wars Explained, who did that Vader fan film? It
looks a little better than that.
That guy spent, what,
I know,
150? I mean, he spent a lot.
You'll see. It's impressive.
I'll watch it.
Most impressive.
All
right, freaks. Let's talk about why we're here.
Okay.
40 years ago, we got the sequel to one of the greatest, biggest motion pictures of all time, The Empire Strikes Back.
You didn't see this in the theater, did you? Or did you?
I did.
Okay.
But I don't.
You don't remember it.
I was 3 years old. The only reason I have any memory of it is because of the family saying, we all went. That's it.
Yeah.
So my connection to The Empire Strikes Back was later.
Yeah.
And we've said this before, but my first interaction with Star Wars anything was the toys.
Yeah.
And so I got probably my first Star Wars toys in like 81.
Okay.
I didn't see The Empire Strikes Back
probably till later
until, well, I saw it before I went to see Return of the Jedi,
Right.
but I didn't see it until my aunt had it on Laserdisc. And I've talked about this before. She had her Laserdisc player in her room.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't let anybody like touch those laser discs. But on occasion, we would go in there and we'd watch like Lady Hawk. This was later and things like that. So she had a laser disc of Empire Strikes Back, and that's how I saw it. Was in my aunt's room
Yeah.
on Laserdisc. And then, Return of the Jedi, I was 6 and I went to the theater with my aunt to see it. But much, I'm sure, like you're going to say, my growing up with Empire Strikes Back was sort of like, I love the toys, but the movie never hit home with me. Frankly, I found the movie as a kid to be boring.
Yeah.
I thought it was very boring.
Yeah.
There were only a couple things in the movie that I liked as a kid, and that's Hoth.
Yeah.
I liked Yoda.
And
And I liked the
fight.
I love the Tauntauns, but I love the shitty fight between Vader and Luke. It's shitty because Luke is like so not
good. Yeah.
He's fucking getting things thrown at him.
Yeah.
Getting bashed around. He's just out of his league. And that's it. The rest of the movie, I just found it to be, when are we going to get to those scenes?
Yeah.
So that's my kid experience. Like, love the toys and love those 3 bits in the movie. But I tell you, I would watch New Hope or Return of the Jedi several times over, more than I watched Empire Strikes Back as a kid. I don't think I started appreciating Empire Strikes Back probably until, my mid-teens. And I still didn't think it was the best. And what I'll say now, as a almost 43-year-old, I think it's the best made of the original trilogy, but it definitely is not my favorite of the original trilogy. But I think it's the best made.
I think I've told this story before where I watched the movies out of order. So I always watched A New Hope first, and then for some reason renting them. We didn't have cable as a kid. We only had a VCR, which is probably a good thing for a while. And I would always watch Jedi and then Empire, and then question why this doesn't make any sense. Like as a kid, but I didn't quite understand it. But for my aunts who got me into it, I don't know why they played it out of order. Same thing. The Tauntaun scene, brilliant. Anything with Yoda, because it's a puppet and I'm a big Muppets fan, and Fraggle Rock and all that was just like, oh my God. And then the ending, just seeing Vader, and Vader is still, one of the most iconic figures of all time. That was always great to see him and going, ooh, okay. I remember going to the 97 re-releases, and you and I didn't go see this one together. Actually, we didn't go. We saw A New Hope together. We didn't see Empire or Jedi together. But I remember both of us being like, you really didn't need to add extra scenes to this movie because it already feels long. And going, and so many people think that Empire is the greatest and it's the best love story of all time, Chris Rock. And it's brilliant. And same thing, to your credit or to your point, like it's probably the best written because some of the lines are just so good, which we'll probably talk about and some of the scenes are very, very well acted and played out.
It's the better film.
It's the better film,
The
or
better
the best
made
film out of the trilogy. It's the best made film out of the trilogy. It's just, same thing when people try to fight with us about Temple of Doom or Pirates of the Caribbean 2. You know what I mean? Like, Jedi is the most fun. And when we get to 83, we'll talk about it more. But
3 more years.
Yeah, exactly. But Empire is, I will never fight anybody who says it's their favorite. I'll never fight anybody who says it's the superior film. And for me, out of all the battles in all the Star Wars, probably the Battle of Hoth to this day is my favorite. Just because seeing those speeders go around and the music, every time I get very jazzed up by it. Yeah. So yeah, there's just certain things that do tick a lot of boxes. And I will say, as every year that goes on, I appreciate it more. Every year I get why people say it's their favorite. I totally get it. Yes. But when we saw it in 97 and years before that, I would never say I didn't like it, but I would always say, Empire's fine.
Yeah.
It's a fine movie.
Yeah, it's just not my favorite.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Everyone's got their opinion, and that's okay.
So we lost 100 subs on that, and I'm sorry, guys, but we're going to keep going.
I mean, that's stupid. If you're de-subbing...
No one's going to...
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no one's going to do that.
Because we have different opinions. You probably shouldn't be here anyway. There's some issues going on there. It's just a movie.
Exactly. So, should we talk about what we really like and, go into that, dive in?
Yeah, I mean, it's like if I were to watch, I can't watch the trilogy now without watching Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And in fact, now I really enjoy watching Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
I love the look of it. I just think you can't have Star Wars without the Empire Strikes Back.
No.
Everything bounces off of that middle movie.
It's my favorite look. Well, for Han and Leia. And I actually, my favorite look for Luke is from Jedi, for sure. But I love the seat. I like her outfit. I very much love that.
The Hoth one?
The Hoth outfit. And I like him in his swaggered vest, in Lando.
Yeah, man. There's a lot to love about it.
Yeah, there is.
It's just not my favorite.
You guys are talking all about how much you love it, but you don't love it.
I just, listen, I want to have fun in life, and Jedi gives me fun.
Well, that's the other thing, though. To your point, it's like Empire is a heavy movie.
Yeah.
Because he didn't plan on it. He wrote this story about a continuation of, what was it? Just the Star Wars. It wasn't even going to be a trilogy. And also, it's a trilogy, which never really existed at that point. So it's a heavy movie. And you need that movie in order to fill in episodes 4 and 6. You have to have it. So you can't skip it. You have to watch all of them in order for it to make sense.
I do think it's better than New Hope.
Oh,
I do.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but do you watch it more than A New Hope?
I mean, I watch Return of the Jedi more than any of them.
Of course, but I'm saying Star Wars: A New Hope is one of those warm blankets, those nice cup of soup on a cold winter days where I feel better watching it. And Jedi is in there, but Jedi is more like, okay, I drank my soup and now I'm ready to go. My day started. Whereas
Jedi
Empire is like
my soup.
Yeah.
Jedi's the warm blanket.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I've always been like that though. And it's probably because it probably is because of nostalgia. It probably is, regardless that I saw Star Wars and Empire before Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
going to the theater and vividly remembering
Oh
my
yeah.
experience from Return of the Jedi and the amount of toys that I had from that particular movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Jedi was it. You know what I mean? Like, that was so in my stratosphere
It's in your
of,
DNA.
of being a 6-year-old. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, I think that's a lot of connection to it. Um, whereas I think the others, it really would I probably would only watch them if my aunt was watching them.
Okay.
But Jedi, I watched all the time. As soon as we got it on VHS, I was watching it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, that's probably why.
What I know you touched upon the scenes, but like, what do you love? Because like for me, there's a dull period in Empire, which is like when they go to the Minox and all that stuff. But you know what I mean? Like, but what is a scene that like completely go, okay, I got to tune in. I'm there.
Well, I love everything with Yoda.
Yeah.
Everything. To me, that's that's pretty much the most important part of the movie for me. Because you're getting the exposition. You're getting the teachings, you're getting, okay, this is where everything is going to launch off of. These teachings, these things that Yoda is saying right now is everything that's going to matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obi-Wan doesn't say a lot of stuff before he dies.
It literally does not.
It's Yoda who gives you everything you need to know, and really sends Luke on a path. You know what I mean? As much as Obi-Wan affected him for a couple days, the teachings of Yoda and what Yoda is saying and laying on Luke, that's what's more important than anything Obi-Wan ever did.
Though I always fight about that when people are like, oh, he comes in Jedi as a Jedi Master, and I'm like, you literally probably saw Yoda for maybe like a week, maybe. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. We just don't know how long.
No, we don't know what the in between.
Plus,
yeah.
This is it's the suspension of disbelief. And when you're a kid and a teen, it doesn't fucking matter. You go along for the ride, and who know at this point, do you really need to know that year between them looking for Han and what Luke was doing?
Well, no, I read Shadows of the Empire. I know what happens.
But did it really? You know what I mean? For me, unless it was shown in a movie, it doesn't matter.
For you, yes.
That's right. All this other stuff is mumbo jumbo. Like, so I don't care. All I needed to care was like, holy shit, Luke, look at him. Look at that badass. He's like all decked in black. Confident,
Robot hand.
You will bring Captain Solo in the Wookiee to me.
We did get the introduction of Lando.
Yeah, Lando was great.
It's great.
Great character. Obviously, for me, I love Lando more in Return of the Jedi. Because he's there, he's a good guy, he's like, woohoo! He's happy and he's having a good time, and he's firmly on the right side now. I liked Lando. I did like Lando. Visually, Boba Fett was amazing. Yeah. He didn't do anything.
Him and the 2 seconds of the rest of the bounty hunters. You know what I mean? Like seeing Bosk, because I was just like, what? There's a reptile dude. Because
I want to see these guys actually do something.
I still to this day want to see them do a Boba Fett in the underground something. But
I think
that was cool.
I think the Mandalorians got us, man. I think
Yeah, I think
there's gonna be some gems, some nuggets coming up.
Could be, and I'm not opposed to it. But
yeah,
just
look,
yeah,
amazing. He was mysterious. He was cool. He was going after Han. And I definitely wanted to see more of this guy. And I also thought his toy was amazing. I just thought this is the coolest looking. I had Boba Fett fighting everybody with my toys. Like he was fighting He-Man. He was just a cool brother, man. That outfit was dope. And then Return of the Jedi, he's like,
punked out. Yeah. What about we got to see the Emperor with a lazy eye.
So yeah, I definitely, again, as a kid, the Emperor didn't register for me at all until Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I barely remember that scene. It wasn't until that I got into 13, 14 and was watching it more and more that I was like, oh yeah, the Emperor does show himself in this. But he don't look anything like he did in Return of the Jedi. He definitely looks like a weird alien
troglodyte.
Sloth. And truth be told, I didn't even go see Empire when it was re-released.
I thought you did.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yes, you did, because I remember you being like bored out of your mind.
Yeah.
I remember you, well, not texting at that time, calling or
so
whatever.
I only saw
beeping me. Yeah.
Whereas, well, actually, I only saw Return of the Jedi once because I hated what they did to it.
Yeah.
But I did go see New Hope a few times in that re-release. Definitely.
I did.
That.
But for me, it was, and I'm sure for you, it was just the fact that I haven't seen it on the big screen.
Yeah.
And I need to see it, and this is Star Wars, and I'll see it multiple times. But I remember with Empire, the re-release, it was like, I couldn't even tell you the new scenes. It's like longer Bespin
it's
intro.
Not they didn't fuck with it as much.
Yeah, which is fine.
Probably because it's considered, the masterpiece within the trilogy.
Plus, isn't it the longest? I mean,
so they didn't have to fuck with it, and
yeah.
And I'll watch that version now because they really didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't fuck with it.
Yeah.
They put the real Emperor in it.
That was cool. Yep.
They made the Wampa look scary and cool.
Yep.
And then they added a few like CG things here and there, but nothing
crazy.
Nothing as heinous as they did to Return of the Jedi. So
yeah. Or A New Hope. That Jabba scene is
very
rough. It's so rough.
It's relatively untouched.
Yeah. But
and looks amazing.
What?
Looks amazing.
Oh yeah, for sure. The Imperial theme we got in the movie, which is still one of the greatest pieces of soundtracks ever.
As a kid, it was just there because I was 3 years old with Empire came out. I was growing with hearing that song anyway, so I just thought it was Star Wars,
Yeah.
It wasn't significant to me until I was of age and I could be like, okay, that wasn't in New Hope, it's in Empire.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. It is good. You can't deny its brilliance, but it's just not my favorite.
You did.
I don't deny that it's good.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the hard part. Is like so many people, oh my god, it's the greatest movie of all time. Just like it's a very good movie. I'm glad you enjoy it.
I think I'm at that stage where I can't tell you what is my favorite film of all time. I just can't. No. There's too many great movies.
Yeah.
I don't know why you have to. Let's just say, hey man, we are movie lovers and we love these movies, and that's just how it is. I mean, I do know my favorite horror film of all time, but I mean,
But do you know your okay? Do you know your favorite Star Wars movie?
Return of the Jedi.
Well, yeah, right, right.
Return of the Jedi, and my second favorite is The Force Awakens.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Fills me with intense amounts of joy.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens does. It is just super fucking fun.
It's a super fun movie.
And it makes you feel like Star Wars, man. It just, to me, it is a Star Wars movie through and through. It's just like, this is Star Wars, man. So yeah.
I mean, I get that feeling from Solo as well, though.
The more that I watch Solo, the more I'm like,
Really?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, man, this was. It loses the. I think if it was just like a fun adventure sci-fi movie, I'd love it a lot more.
Yeah.
But because you're supposed to buy that this guy is Han Solo, that's losing it for me. It's slowly like, I just can't get behind this guy pretending to be Han Solo.
I have to watch it more. I mean, I've seen it a handful of times, and I enjoy myself.
If anything, I would like to see a movie where it's Kira off with that syndicate, the Crimson, whatever the fuck they call themselves.
Crimson Dawn, yeah.
Crimson Dawn and Darth Maul and what's going on in that little thing.
I do want to see that. Yeah.
You know, I would like to see that. I don't need to see more of this pseudo Han doing these things. I don't know.
But that Lando was good.
Yeah. It definitely was fun. It definitely was fun. It's just not going to be. I've seen it probably 5 times now.
Yeah.
And I'm good for a while.
So going back to Empire.
Empire.
What about what do you like most about the Battle of Hoth?
Everything. Other than that and the ending battle in Return of the Jedi are probably the best battles in Star Wars. You know what I mean?
All of Star Wars.
That's all of Star Wars.
Damn.
I mean, visually, the ending of Rise of Skywalker is pretty amazing. But maybe impact-wise, Hoth and the end of Return of the Jedi.
Right.
Yeah.
Hoth will always be my favorite.
Hoth is just cool. It's just cool. It is
color. I just remember seeing it and going, I mean, you know, as a young kid, like, snow and there's a planet that's just snow. It doesn't look like a normal, you know, place to go. And I remember that, and seeing the different the snow troopers as well, going, they're not just stormtroopers, they're different.
Well, the AT-ATs are amazing.
The AT-ATs, of course. Of course.
You want them. As soon as you see them, you want them.
Yep.
I want to play with that. I want to get in that.
Which I have later. And then, you know, the snow speeder is one of my favorite vehicles ever. I'm a big vehicle man. And, yeah, just seeing that is what really clinched it. So for me, the Battle of Hoth still the greatest Star Wars battle. And that's one thing I hope we see more of. I would love, for me, just to see a whole, like, X-Wing movie or whatever, Rogue Squadron movie like they did in the video games. It's just like, it's a war. Just show me just that.
I want more ground level battles.
I mean, the Scarif battle with Rogue One was great. Oh, wow.
Because the speeder bike scene in Return of the Jedi
that's top 5 greatest Star Wars scenes of all time. Yeah, I love it for sure.
I keep going back to Return of the Jedi. But
we're trying to keep it on Empire Strikes Back.
I do love Empire Strikes Back. It's just not my favorite.
seeing Vader
Bust a move.
bust a move without his helmet.
Yeah, he was doing the break dancing and everything, and
That was cool.
yeah.
He was a real Fresh Prince. Before he became a lord, he was a Fresh Prince. No, but seeing him like that whole egg situation was pretty crazy. Yeah, I love that.
His whole it's a shame that you don't see. I love that his seat in that like weird egg thing.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you see that? It's like that's it. You get that.
You see it in, well, of course you see it in Clone Wars. But you see it in Vader Immortal, that video game. It's all the canon stuff that you see it. Or, the not canon, but ancillary stuff outside of the movies.
Yeah. It's a shame it's not in the movies.
Do you want to even see, say they said, hey, we're gonna put a Vader movie out. It's between episodes 3 and 4. That's what I mean.
I mean, maybe the 13-year-old in me would want to.
Yeah.
Just because of the seeing him do stuff. Like the end of Rogue One.
Which is one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen in Star Wars, for sure.
It's a good 3 minutes of...
Oh my gosh. Every time I see it, I get emotional. Every time.
But story-wise...
You know how it's going to end.
Yeah,
you know
but
how this plays out.
Like, okay, so he's going to be like... He's going to be yin and yanging through the whole fucking movie, you know? It's going to be like, do you really want to see Anakin, like... We saw that with 3 movies with fucking Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
It would just be the same thing with Vader. And they kind of... Aren't they playing that out with the Clone Wars stuff? Like, you know? Once he gets to Revenge of the Sith, he's... I mean...
It's pretty much who he's going to be for a while.
So I don't know. You get... I don't know if it would be interesting for me because we already know where he ends up, and ultimately he turns back to the light side.
Right.
You know? So it would be like a 2-hour movie of
him killing Jedi.
Yeah, but the struggle within. I mean, that's really the only... Because there wouldn't be a good guy, there wouldn't be a bad guy. It's just like watching Vader sort of do his thing and struggle. Yeah. So I don't know. But then, if they put it out, I'd go see it. You know? That doesn't mean it would be good.
Right.
But I certainly would see it. Like, here's something. If there's any sort of hint whatsoever of Vader in the Obi-Wan show, that to me is interesting because it would still sort of be teetering with him and Vader. You know what I mean?
Right.
There'd still be some sort of that brotherhood that, like, my God, what have you become?
We were brothers. Yeah.
That type of struggle there between the two of them.
Yeah.
That would be interesting to see just because of that history. You know? But other than that, I don't know. I just want new Star Wars. If we have The Mandalorian, and if we have Obi-Wan, and The Mandalorian can keep exploring different things, different seasons, why do we need any more connected tissue? We just don't. You know? We don't.
You're preaching to the choir. Of course.
Fuck it. It's time to explore the galaxy far, far away.
Exactly.
But Empire Strikes Back is celebrating its 40th anniversary.
I know, I heard that.
This month.
What do you think about the Wampa?
I want to see, it would be cool if they were able to sort of put that scene back in where the Wampas fuck up the base.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And put CG Wampas in there instead of the the goofy hands that kind of pop out and smack people on the base and stuff. It would be cool to see a rampaging, because he wanted rampaging Wampas to come through
Yeah.
there. That'd be dope. So I would love to see any Star Wars character sort of go up against a Wampa, in Mandalorian or whatever.
Yeah. See
Imagine.
more Wampas.
Yeah.
Well, so we
Seeing a
went to
herd.
like we went to that snow planet. I don't remember what the name of it is on Starkiller Base, or maybe that's the planet, Starkiller Base. Yeah, right. So it's not even a planet; it's just really like a giant Death Star again. Yeah, we haven't seen many Wampas since then. That was it.
Cool. It's cool to see some more Tauntauns.
What about Lobots?
Yeah, totally. We need him.
We never see anything else like of that type, other than like probably the role playing games and other bullshit like that. But like, you never see anybody else who's like, I don't even know. He's not like an android. He just has like a computer head.
Who knows what he is? He's a weird ass sex slave of Lando's.
Lando don't mess around.
Oh man, he's a binary sexual. He don't care. He don't discriminate.
He don't discriminate.
Make him come. He's good to go.
What about the greatest love story of all time? Do you buy it?
No. No. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It does nothing for me.
All right.
I really don't have any emotion to it. You
don't feel like these two characters are meant to be their lost stars? They're connected to the galaxy?
Honestly, I love what they did in The Force Awakens. I love that it's kind of real life shit. Like, not everything's going to be roses and blue milk. It's they had their time, they did their thing, and then they were like, you know what? This ain't working. I like that. I can relate to that shit,
Yeah.
It's not a star-crossed forever,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I certainly loved Princess Leia growing up.
Yeah.
She was a hottie. And I definitely have emotions connected to all these characters. I guess I just didn't. I've never really been like oh my god, I just their story within this trilogy is just so, it's very it's a very easy and predictable thing to see,
Yeah.
So it makes sense in a fairy tale.
Yeah, which Star Wars is a fairy tale, a fantasy. Yeah. So yeah. No, I've never thought it was the greatest love story of all time. Though I do enjoy them being together. They're bantering on Hoth, they're bantering on the Minok asteroid thing. You know what I mean? Like, they make the most sense.
Yeah.
Sure. So that's good. What about the story of Chewy and C-3po?
It was one of my favorite toys.
Yeah.
I love that C-3po came with the little backpack.
Yeah.
You could take his parts, his limbs apart and strap them onto Chewie. Loved it. I loved it. And I'm seeking that out right now on eBay. I'm trying to.
The old one?
Yeah.
The original?
The old one, to get a hold of the removable limbs with his little pouch.
Yeah.
So.
I like little pouch.
Because that's what I had, and I want it back. I want that back.
It was great. So Yoda, what do you think he felt after, at that point, 20-something years after Vader, Anakin, who he knows, turns to the dark side? Then his son shows up and is like, yo, I've got these crusty candy bars. I've got this
I mean,
X-wing.
Yoda knew it. Yoda knew it from the get-go.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah, because he says he's not ready. Out of the blue. He knew who this fucking kid was. You know? He knew who that kid was as soon as he crash landed.
But don't you think, like, in those 19, 20 years or whatever, he would have been like, I should probably go see this kid. Like, Yoda's not, like, I know he's a hermit on Dagobah, but the dude isn't an idiot. He's not a dummy. He's a pretty educated man.
I know, but
creature.
I feel like he's doing the universe a favor. You know?
Yeah.
Staying hidden. Once George Lucas retconned, you got that explanation. You know, he has to stay in exile. What if, Sidious was still out there and he could sense him?
Yeah.
That mother's getting jacked. You know? Yoda ain't no fool. He ain't no scrub.
All right. Yeah.
He's hiding, man. He knew Luke was going to come for him.
You think so? He was like,
and
this little baby. You think him and
got that Jedi knowledge.
You think him and Obi-Wan? Okay, Obi-Wan show. Him and Yoda talk.
What? Oh, absolutely.
Think so?
Absolutely. They have
like, hey, this kid's 5 years old.
Yeah.
No force powers yet.
Yeah, if they're still,
we'll check in a year.
Force calling. In the original trilogy, they're force calling before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll hear him. I think we'll hear Yoda for sure.
Okay.
I think we'll also hear Qui-Gon.
Wow. In that show, absolutely. There's no way we won't. Absolutely no way we won't. Which is interesting. Yeah, it's kind of hard, with the prequels and with all this other shit that's come out afterwards. Like, when you does that ever change your viewing of the movies, or specifically Empire Strikes Back? Because that's what this podcast is about. This episode's about. Like, do you watch it now, knowing what happened in the Clone Wars, in the Rebels, in the prequels, everything? Like, do you watch the original trilogy and go, would he say that? Or, he knows this is going to happen.
I try not to put any of that into it.
Right.
I think when I'm watching those first three movies, I'm just watching those first three movies.
Yeah.
And taking them for what they are and having that nostalgia and these are the movies that I know, I don't it's only when we have these talks, I think, when we're with Star Wars people, that I bring in all that other stuff. But when I'm just sitting and watching these movies, I think they're fine without all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's almost too many things that George tried to answer that don't need answering. And the answers aren't that great with a lot of them. You know what I mean? They're kind of silly. So I would prefer, listen, New Hope to Force Awakens, and then to Rise of Skywalker.
What do you think? Okay, yeah, like, that's a good explanation. I agree. You try to watch the movies as they are, as they exist, in that time.
Maybe because I've had such a dislike for most things that are outside of what my Star Wars is.
Yeah.
I just don't think of them that way. I don't go, yeah, but Count Dooku did, I just like, fuck that.
Yeah.
No, that's all fake to me.
What about this? Vader, when he decides to say, I'm your father, how does he figure that out? To you.
I think he just feels it.
Yeah.
I think he feels it. I think he's like, ooh, because
he's been around for 19 years.
I think he's felt it. Honestly, you could say I think he feels it in New Hope.
A New Hope, yeah.
You know, certainly the way it's played out, it's not overtly in your face because he didn't have that.
Well, he also didn't know.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't.
Yeah.
But the way that it's being performed, it does make sense. You can look back at New Hope and be like, yeah, I could see it. He's like, there's something there. He's feeling something with this kid. You know, at the end, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he knows who this fucking kid is, and then they say it in the beginning of Empire, where he's having his powwow. You know, he's like, I believe it's my kid, bro. You know, no, we feared this. It's him. You know, I think he just feels it. I think it just comes to him, and it's like, whoa. And I honestly don't think he had any, other than the Emperor trying to push it. I really don't think he honestly wanted to bring any harm to that kid. You know?
I don't think so.
I think
no.
he, for long, really just was hoping that he could bring him over, and regardless of the Emperor, because Vader doesn't fucking like the Emperor anyway. You know, like I think he was just like, "Come with me," you know?
Yeah.
Fuck the Emperor, come with me, and we'll go bust some caps around the galaxy, and bitches will drop to their knees to get a chance to take the Skywalkers.
I think that is the overall theme of the trilogy. It's good.
But it's just, you know, it's just one geek thinking about things that's, who knows? But it's, you know, again, I prefer to just watch the movies and be taken away by the story.
Exactly. I agree.
Because, no, you don't. You love to theorize and bring your own things into the...
I absolutely... So here's the thing. Yes, I do love to theorize around Star Wars. And... but I mostly love to theorize around Star Wars when I don't know. When you tell me in the movies, this is the way it is, or the comics or the books or whatever, this is the way it is, then that's it. Like when you go, oh, Colin Trevorrow wrote this and it could have been like this. I go, okay, it could have been. And that's cool, or it's not cool, but it isn't, that's not what it is.
That's why I didn't care about...
It doesn't matter.
Looking at that stuff or reading that stuff, I was just like, who cares?
It didn't happen. It's not happening. It's the end of the... It is the end of the thing. Like, you know, I got all the Art of Star Wars books, and there's a lot of things that could have happened.
Did you end up getting that third one?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't do it. I watched some reviews of it.
Yeah.
And I was like... Of
the book?
Yeah, people were doing a review of the book.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Like, I mean, I already had it pre-ordered.
There was more Last Jedi stuff in it than there is...
No, I don't give a shit about that.
Rise of Skywalker. There's no Emperor stuff in it.
Well, then, no.
It's just like, why do I need this then? I'm good. I'm glad you didn't get it for me.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I have to pee so hard. So just edit this.
Okay.
Just give me 2 seconds.
Okay. So we're going to take a camera now into Casey's bathroom, and we're going to watch him urinate. I bet we've been together for 1,000,000 years. And I bet we'll be together for 1,000,000. Oh, it's like I started breathing on the night we kissed. And I can't remember what I ever did before. Oh, what we do, baby. Without oh, what we
Oh my god, I was waiting for like half an hour. All right.
I serenaded them with the Family Ties theme song.
Well, I mean, just put in a transition.
We'll see. All right, so that was great.
Yeah, I felt so good about it. So yeah, The Empire Strikes Back is a great movie, and we can't wait to talk about Return of the Jedi. Do you have some toys related to Empire Strikes Back? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What is he gonna pull out? I cannot wait. At. Didn't River break this at some point?
No, I wouldn't. I very rarely let him play with it.
Mm.
I need the canopy.
Yeah.
I want to find one on eBay or something.
It's probably like a Facebook group that has it.
Canopy. He's got his driver.
Adam Driver. Yeah.
Got his Atom driver.
Atom.
My grody ass
Tauntaun.
It's seen better days.
Han goes in there.
Yeah.
Sweet.
This is not the belly open one. I never had the belly open one. I always wanted the belly open one. But this is what I got.
We'll add it to your list.
And then I've had this since I was a youngling, and I let River play with it.
It's destroyed.
Oh, no, it's still in pretty good shape.
Not bad. Yeah. And you got a Pro Droid?
Yeah, it comes with it.
Sweet.
Then you do this, and he explodes. But yeah.
Those magical Kenner people.
Ugh. They make shit.
No, 40 years destroyed in 40 seconds.
Luckily, it's in really good shape, so.
That's so cool.
I mean, that's, it's not a lot of stuff. I have the bounty hunters over here, and,
You have Forlom and Zuckus.
No.
The most sought after toys. Someone's got a Forlom and Zuckus tattoo.
I'm sure somebody does.
Oh, I'm sure there are, for sure. Isn't Celebration was supposed to be this year?
Supposed to be August.
Yeah, and it's done probably, I'm sure.
I would assume so.
Since Disney canceled
That's
2020.
A lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
Can't imagine it going on. For me, PowerCon is still on, but they haven't. I mean, they're going to keep monitoring it. It's in
August. It's in California?
Yeah.
No. If it was in Florida, sure, but not in California.
We'll see.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, it's it's a strange time. Like, I get it was a couple weeks ago where we were at Celebration for the 40th anniversary of A New Hope, and I was like, oh, those times.
It was
very
a good
special,
time. Yeah.
Very special. And
time 3 years ago in April.
We didn't have this channel at that time to talk about it. So we'll have to do it at the 45th anniversary.
We can talk about
of Star Wars. But just that whole experience is very fun too, being there and Celebration is a different beast. And you know better even than I do. I've gone to 2. You've gone to
2.
You're going to 2?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah. So Empire Strikes Back, any closing thoughts on this seminal film?
It's great. It's just not my favorite.
Honestly, it's a very good movie.
It is.
Sure. And as I said before, I would never fight anybody on thinking it's the greatest Star Wars movie that they've ever seen. It's just not me.
You can't take anything away.
Well, no, of course not.
It's like, why argue?
No.
Not going to change your mind.
No. Especially something like this where it's your childhood and it's what you grew up with, and there's many, many reasons why Empire Strikes Back is considered one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
Not to me, but it's a great movie.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Cool.
It's a good flick.
So, thanks for subscribing.
It'll forever be a part of our lives, man.
Oh, yeah. I will still continue to watch it every year or every 6 months or whenever the hell it is that I decide to watch Star Wars as a entity with Rogue One. Now I watch the whole thing.
I do. When I did it this past time for Rise of Skywalker, I added Rogue One.
Yeah.
Good flick.
Exactly. So hit subscribe. Comment below what you think of Empire.
Listen, we're at 7:45. Not bad.
Insane.
Not
insane.
Bad. Maybe we'll actually be able to have a big celebration.
I know.
Once we hit 800.
Well, so
900.
we would have done it at 700, and then we had plans.
Folks, we were going to try to do a big live show.
We still could do a live show. Just not in the way that we were going to. We could still try to do that other format.
We could.
From everyone's houses. And actually, we probably should. So stay tuned to a live show.
Maybe we'll do that for the 800th subscriber. We'll get our shit together and we'll do it that way.
Yeah.
Because, we'll probably still be locked.
Yeah, probably. Probably be locked down for a little while.
I got out there these last 2 days and we did a lot of work. I'm going to feel it tomorrow for sure. Got a lawnmower. We picked up a lot of shit. It looks good around our place now.
Yeah, someday I'll see it.
Telling you, mark my words. I think we'll see each other in June.
Be nice. I hope all of you guys are staying safe out there. Wherever you are in the galaxy.
Please, don't be dumb. Don't be stupid.
Don't be dumb. Don't be stupid. Try to do Skype calls or whatever the hell, Zoom calls with your family and friends.
Yes.
It's super important. I think it's really good. We have one. Well, is that going on this? What are we doing? That's not going
for
on.
us, man.
That's just for us? All right.
Yes.
All right. Well, stay tuned for more LBP nuggets as Chris decides to put them out.
Yes.
Because I think they're great.
There will be more coming. You and I, we're going to do a Family Ties episode.
Yes.
It's just up to Casey when we do it. But we can do it. And the haul video is coming as soon as I get my last package. I'm going to do this haul video. It'll be nice. Things will go up there. And I will throw some more LBP Warlock stuff. I have some stuff sitting on the computer.
That's what I'm saying.
That can be thrown up there.
Matt Brassfield is sending me a couple comics. And
he's sending you a couple comics.
I'll record it for you. I'll record it in the right aspect ratio for this channel.
Are they my comics?
I guess they're not 80s comics. No, they're not.
Are they? No, they're his stuff.
They're his stuff.
Okay, so it's not the teenage.
So maybe I will save it for Don't Forget to Towel. But anyways, yeah.
I don't care if he's sending like.
No, it's not.
Not LBP Warlock.
Yeah, that's true. I want to see that Diva Q. Anyway, Thank you guys for checking. Hit that bell, hit subscribe, send it to your friends. You've got nothing better to do. And if you love Empire Strikes Back or any of the Star Wars movies, comment below. We'd be happy to hear your thoughts on what you like as Star Wars fans.
Yes, please, folks. There is going to be more 80s stuff coming. I've gotten some people saying, "Hey, when you going to do more 80s stuff?" You know,
we'll do more. We'll do more.
It is coming.
Sure.
It is coming. And quite frankly, the reason that I kept putting up a lot of the movie stuff is because I just, it's been kind of tough dealing with this situation, and I haven't been in the biggest of spirits, the brightest of spirits. It's kind of pulled me down into depression here and there, because I love to have events, and I love to see friends, and I love to have gatherings, and that for me has been the toughest part of this. Being home, watching movies, all that stuff, that's amazing. Like, I'm a hermit anyway, so that's great. But I love to pull people in and
share those things with you.
Yes. So the lack of human interaction has been tough, and I live in upstate New York. That's gross. So the weather, like today, can be 70 degrees, and tomorrow it can be 42.
12. Yeah.
With rain showers. So it's been raining a lot, and the mood has just been real dank. So honestly, it's like seasonal bullshit depression on top of this Corona thing, and I just haven't felt like getting in front of a camera and talking about the things I love, even though it probably would have lifted my spirits. But I'm more cognizant of that, and I will get in front of that camera, regardless of
you gotta do it,
regardless of how I'm feeling, and I'll pull myself out, and we'll talk about 80s stuff, and we'll talk about all this geeky stuff. And so this was good, talking about the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. How appropriate.
I'm sure you guys, they love it. They love it. The 80s.
And that's another thing. We're going to have an episode about the 80s, basically celebrating its 40th anniversary.
Exactly.
My favorite decade started 40 years ago. Can you believe it? And I was 3 years old. I remember it all.
Let's get thick. Alien thick into that.
I was wearing slacks on the boulevard. It was great. It is a 3. All right, guys. So this was good. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Please comment. Please talk with us. Let us know what you think. Tell your friends. And thank you for enjoying A Crept from the 80s and all we have to offer. And Casey, why don't you hit that beautiful button and get us the fuck out of here?